Peace, y'all. It's Manny Tega over on Freedomdundee channel. And I just want to talk about, like, something like the spiritual awakening, like, kind of like my last video where I was talking about my foraging and stuff. I'll try to link my videos that correlate below from now on. I don't know. I just got to do it. But I want to talk about, like, real quick, you got, like, crystals. Like, the crystals is got, like, metaphysical properties. It boosts your electromagnetism. So, like, a lot of these things that I'm saying, like, you could look further into, like, electromagnetism, like the electromagnetism of the heart. Like, the heart's got the MP freaking PT or whatever. It's got these little things where it goes up and down and stuff. But it's got electromagnetic pulse, and it's like kind of like that movie Black Panther, when you think about Black Panther, because, like, what were they using? It was like vibranium. Like, that's like a real thing. Like, so, like, you got all the crystals in the universe and stuff, but if you can imagine them being here with you, that's like what vibranium is. It's like the imagination of, like, the reality transforming or whatever. It's like a vibration stone, pretty much what that is. And the philosopher's stone is pretty much like the same thing. It's like something you find within you. The philosopher's stone of life, it teaches you, like, how to be like an alchemist, or like how to heal your body eternally and stuff. Like, and, like, shit, for some reason I'm feeling called to tell y'all, like, I don't know, like, you see how I'm looking now? I'm looking a little better, a little fairer skin. I got, like, a little mark right here. That shit, I don't know why I get marks. I get them, like, right here and there, but, like, my skin's looking a lot better. I lost 20 pounds, and, like, it just took a while to adjust. Like, first I was, like, fat. Now I'm still fat, but I lost 20 pounds fat. I'm the fat that I was before I was fat, whenever I was fat before I lost the weight then, and then I gained the weight back and gained 20 pounds more than I was the maxed out before. So it's summer. I'm trying to get, like, the lean body. That's, like, another thing about it. Think about it in, like, pillars of your life. The spirituality deals with a lot of, like, pillars of your life. So you got, like, you either got the mind, body, and spirit. That's like a trinity or whatever. But there's certain pillars of your life, like you like knowledge or information. That's a pillar of spirituality. It deals with, like, the Merkabah, light transfer information. Now there's a Merkabah that they talk about, dealing like a soul light body Merkabah and stuff like that. It carries souls into the other universe. Some people say, like, cats and stuff. You get a cat and it helps with, like, transcending into the afterlife. Some ancient texts and stuff, you would, like, have, like, little sheets of gold that have inscribed, like, what you would do. Like, it was a big thing back in the day. Like, it's still a big thing, but, like, transforming into the afterlife. Now, like, you look into a lot of, like, old mythologies. That's a big thing of, like, spirituality, like archetypes and stuff. That's also a big thing in your life, like archetypes. You got, like, your zodiacs, or your Chinese zodiacs, or your astrology, your Vedic astrology, all that stuff. And it all correlates. If you could correlate it all together, you'd be on top of it. But, like, frequencies, man, like 528 hertz, 432 hertz, 741 hertz. Okay, so all the frequencies got a thing like that. Big spirituality stuff. If you cut on the radio, it's got, like, 440 hertz. Like the A's are 440 hertz or something like that. It's a toxic frequency. Some people get energy from it where they can be banging their head, like they feel a little vibe. Those are, like, alchemist type people or whatever. I guess they get can change the frequency or whatever. But the frequency itself is, like, traditionally, like, if you're playing music and you're into that type of spirituality, like, you playing the guitar, tune your A to 432 hertz, whatever, or do, like, drop D or something, B minor tuning. I don't know exactly how you got to do it, but I could show y'all something. I screen recorded it. It didn't all the way go through, but I was basically, like, I was on the tuner and I was doing, like, om, vom, hum, and they all, like, marked out every like frequency I went to, like, it marked out, and it was like ADB. So that just shows you like the frequency of like humming is real too. That's a big thing about spirituality. Like the mudras, these are like mudras. You know, like this one right here helps with digestion and it repels evil forces and stuff. This one right here is like a tree. It's calming. Green, the color green, like a tree. The color green, nature, all that's calming. That's this one right here. Digestion and all that stuff. Detoxification. So that they say that one's really powerful. So there's more than that. There's more than that. You got oneness. This is like oneness, and they're all like a frequency. And then in the ancient cultures, frequency was such a big deal. They would have bells that rung at a certain frequency, and then whenever they made their own music, like I could make my own music now, I'd be like, la da da, and like they would take that and basically like be able to like having a dream about it or something. They would be able to design exactly the same frequency pattern. Like if you were going to hum that on a speaker or like an amplifier or freaking cone or whatever, you hum it and it's like some Nikola Tesla's energy or something they had back in the day. They could like hum it over like a sheet of paper or whatever, a sheet of like disc or whatever, and it would vibrate the sand or the water molecules and it would make the image so of the sound, so they could like make the sound over and over again. They could have it remembered. So that would be like a cheat code. Like if you wanted to be like making ancient sounds or ancient music that they used to have, go into the like Tibetan temples and stuff, go to the Indian temples, whenever they got those like Egyptian temples and stuff, whenever they got the little markers where it looks like a really good design, but it's kind of like a frequency image or something. That's an actual sound they recorded. That's how they used to record sound. So it's lots of ancient mythologies, then ancient history, then like ancient mystery schools and ancient like colleges and schools and stuff like that where knowledge was being passed around. One guy I like for like Gnostic texts, you got like Aaron Dowdy for esoteric stuff, but Gnostic stuff and stuff like that and more esoteric stuff, like more than Aaron Dowdy post out. You got Bladen. I don't know if y'all know about Bladen, but he's on like Instagram, Facebook. Bladen, it's like, I don't know, Bladen. Blayden. Freaking esoteric stuff about angels and all types of stuff. So I'm really into that stuff. I read past lives, and that's like, I kind of like retired from doing that because there's not as much like guidance as I was having before. Like before I were on psychiatric medication, I had more of like an attunement to my spiritual world and stuff, and I could pull people's past lives out the Akashic records pretty much, and I would be able to just hear like a name that was like familiar maybe, and then like for some people, but it just worked. Like my spiritual journey with that, getting a little bit off topic with like how we're going about spirituality and all the pillars of spirituality in your life and stuff, but a little bit off topic. Yeah, it just worked out when it worked out. Like the people that came to me to get past life readings, or I was just working on it for people just to do it. And if I worked on it now, it's like, it's a little tricky, you know. It's a little tricky now because like I've lost my spiritual vision, my spiritual hearing, my spiritual everything to a certain degree. I gotta try to get maybe some amethyst or something. Maybe I got some calcification. I know all them like injections and stuff and pills I'm getting. Like, you see my phone shaking? That's what it does to you. It's like it gives you a big beer belly, and then it makes you like shake a lot. And like the only other thing I know it does is like messes with your energy levels, messes with your hormones, messes with like your testosterone levels and stuff like that. But it's pretty bad stuff. Like, I don't know exactly what it does to you or nothing like that, but I know it's not like some of the stuff people do. But I was trying to, like, before I got on medicine, I basically just was wanting to live a really long time. Like, made this little phrase like live life longevity and stuff. But that's also like I did a little Chinese like little reading thing. That's the very same thing that's gonna would be the thing that would like hold me back detrimentally, is like focusing on longevity or whatever. But longevity is like another pillar of spirituality, like a key factor. Like, okay, so you got longevity, so dealing with like longevity of life and stuff, everybody's like, oh, you gotta like do this, do that, do this, do that. Everybody's got their own little niches in the thing. So some people are like doing like the vegan thing mixed with like eating like lab grown, I don't know what they eat, like it's like pasture raised cows or pasture raised eggs. And I know like whenever I first started out in like vegan and stuff, like I don't know, it's something weird. Like if you're like me, like it's harder to do things whenever you're like not there, you know. Like I'm fat, so if I take a cold shower right now, it's gonna like hurt for some reason. It hurts more. And then like if I'm really skinny, like with dreadlocks and stuff, it's like really easy to take like a freezing cold shower. It's like super easy. That's like another spiritual thing. Like you can take a cold shower, that way you don't let the fluoride and calcium and fluoride and chloride and chlorine and stuff come in through your skin really easy. Like they've proved that chlorine in the water, you stick your finger in a glass of chlorinated water, you stick your finger in it and your finger just absorbs all the chlorine almost instantaneously. Absorbs all the chlorine. It won't even test positive anymore. It'll test highly positive for chlorine. So your body, you know, goes through about like 5 gallons of water whenever you take a bath. So there's different like little things like about health, you know. Dr. Sebi's food guideline is what I recommend y'all look up. Dr. Sebi's food guideline. Learn everything on there, because those are like the herbs and mushrooms and oils and how to use them and everything like that. That way you'll know, like, because I hear people talking, they're like, I'm eating freaking beef that is like supposed to be healthier beef. But what you got to understand about spirituality, you're eating, if you're eating something that's got a cell that looks round, and then you got cells that look around, that it doesn't work out. It's like cancerous pretty much, no matter what form it is. If you're eating another animal's blood cell, then you're gonna get cancer pretty much eventually. And then it gets worse because now they got like freaking factory grown meat, lab grown meat and stuff. Of course that's illegal in my state, but you know, you don't even know anymore what's in the food. So I recommend, you know, growing your own garden and stuff. And the way I do it, like, I don't look at like Dr. Sebi's food guideline. I'm not like that's the only things that you can eat. Like I've talked to the people that run that, and they've basically said to me that like if you eat an unalkaline food, as in like let's say you ate chia seed's not on the Dr. Sebi's food guideline. It's not molecularly complete. It's all this stuff, but it, you know, it's also, you know, not alkaline. So if you eat a acidic food and then you mix your alkaline food with it, so like if you ate like a lemon, you're going to want to take like a key lime or something, you know, like something alkaline with something acidic. So if you're eating like a dang, just pretty much anything that's not on that list, you got to mix it up. But I like herbs. I like herbs and grasses and stuff like that. A lot of stuff that's not on the list, I like it. Not saying it's like meat or freaking Chef Boyardee or something crazy like that. I don't really like that stuff. I don't really eat anything nowadays. I don't really eat much. So I'm trying to figure out like what would be, you know, like the best motion for me to go into like a different field, like, because I want to go from being like I'm eating like junk food and stuff like that, more to be like, okay, I got my own sustainable garden, I got my own preparation kitchen, apothecary type deal where I can, you know, just get my supplements and stuff like that. But like if you want to understand about Dr. Sebi, the dude was basically like a genius, you know. He broke down everything about like why certain foods like garlic and pumpkin seeds aren't a good option for like killing parasites, and he would talk about like burdock and all these other little things and stuff. But I just wish me and him could have collaborated, because I'd like him to check out some of the herbs that grow around here, because I don't feel like they could just throw everything on the list. And then there's like, like Dr. Sebi's food list doesn't have pawpaws. That's like a native mango. And then it's got apples and stuff, but it doesn't tell you every little thing that you need to know on there. But I'll give you like a little runabout. Like basically, if you get cucumbers, cucumbers, I don't think they can be cleaned. I don't like cucumbers from the store. I don't think they can be cleaned of pesticides. One of them can't be cleaned, but cucumbers, but you get the bell peppers, and then get the kale. Kale can't be cleaned from the store. So you get cucumbers, bell pepper. No, maybe it can. I don't know. No, the kale from the store has got pesticides, but I think the kale and the cucumber, they got a lot of pesticides on it. So the kale, the cucumber, and the bell pepper, but especially the cucumber, bell pepper, and apples and blueberries. Those, you have to wash them, like, to be Dr. Sebi approved from the store. Like, basically, you got to, like, wash them, baking soda and apple cider vinegar. Give them a quick little, like, rinse and stuff, like, but let them soak in the baking soda and apple cider vinegar. Now, a lot of people, they just take the baking soda. They'll take the baking soda, but it's kind of like a soluted, like water-soluble, freaking alkaline chemical, pretty much. So, it alkalinizes for momentarily, but, switching to a full alkaline diet, that's a big spiritual move. Like, if you're really wanting to invest like thousands of dollars in your health and stuff, get like a Keegan water machine from like Enridge, and those are like $6,000. You can get the water thing, like if you want to take a warm shower, like without the chlorine and chloride and stuff coming inside of your body, then you will take like you'll get the filter, and that's like a couple $100 too, like 600 or something. So the water machine's like thousands of dollars, and you got to get them repaired and stuff like that. Got to get the filters on them changed. There's a lot of stuff, but if you do that, the water, you can basically make it whatever pH you want. They even got like they promote like you can clean with the water, just the water. Like you can clean your body out with the water. You can detox your body with the water. It's really good for a lot of stuff, like a lot of illnesses and sicknesses and stuff. Lots of people say if they ever got cancer, they would just get a Keegan water machine and drink Keegan water that's been sit out in the sun, about 9.5 pH. So that's a cool machine. I've always wanted one, but I can't get one. Too poor right now. So eventually, maybe. I can't even have that much money, man. I can't even have $6,000 to buy something. That would write me off. But yeah, so more spiritual stuff, like people say the hair is antennas, like dreadlocks, you coil them up on top of your head, get spiritual information. Like, that's one thing you got to realize, like, light information, like, not everything's physical, not even physicality is all the way physical, not even the physical body is all the way physical. So, like, you got something inside you that is, like, also something that's not you, but it's, like, pretty much like that vibranium I was talking about earlier. But, like, it's good to, like, think about like things in like a positive way, like maybe like a childlike creativity. That's another aspect of it, like doing what's it called, like anything, like doing any spiritual work, whether it's Dark Night of the Souls or ego death, or like meditations to reconnect to your child self and stuff. So another aspect of like spirituality is the dreaming aspect. Like, so you got astral projection, lucid dreaming. They say there's like the Hall of Amenti and the Akashic Records, Grow Up in Tubby, like places you can check out in the spiritual world. I've been to a couple of them, but there's things they say you can't do in the spiritual world, like go to Antarctica, go to the backside of the moon, go to the moon period. I've been pretty close. I've been to I've like went to the moon in the spirit. I don't know. I might be the first person to ever do that. I don't know. I've done it like in a dream. I've been at the moon, but then this dream, like I just like came out of my body. Like if you ever wanted to know how to do it, you could just like message me. Anything you want me to elaborate on in this video, you can just like message me down below, and I'll definitely come back with it. So yeah, it's just pretty simple, you know. Like astral projection is pretty fun, you know. Spiritual walks or whatever, like grounding, you know, you ground. Lucid dreaming's fun, like grounding, all that stuff. Connecting with nature. I love foraging, you know, that's a big thing. Like that's why I say earlier what I said about the food guideline. You got the food guideline and Dr. Sebi's food guideline on Google and stuff, and then like you got Mozance for Life on Instagram, and he's got some information on there that's not all the way on the food list too. So like you can kind of understand like not everything's going to be on the foods list, but it's pretty old and probably outdated. But it's a good like little representation to like what you can and can't eat on like an alkaline level, like from the store, because this is the list is basically showing what you can get from the store, like in different regions of America and around the world and stuff that is known to be alkaline. But another thing I like to think about is like more elaborately is like, you know, you can eat these foods, they're alkaline or whatever, but what if they're planted in like a really toxic soil and stuff? You just got to be aware of your surroundings, and that's why I like to forage, because it kind of gives me like a little taste for everything in a niche. But I just wanted to like give y'all like an update. I kind of gotta go, so like if you can like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Just know there's definitely a bunch more stuff in spirituality and stuff like that, like as above, so below, as within, so without. There's so many different little phrases and things. Like I'll probably have to re-elaborate on this video like I did the other one, but you know, there's probably, you know, so much stuff, you know, Kundalini, chakras, Merkaba, all that stuff, the Kundalini fire, and you know, semen retention, all this stuff to like boost testosterone up, and like bunch of stuff for like male health and testosterone levels, like Shizlite, Zeolite, and all these different like supplements and formulas and stuff like that. But I like Shizlite, I like lotus flower, I like melanin, I like all the little stuff that they got pretty much. I've tried a lot of it. I've tried a lot of it, like copper and silver, zeolite, shizlite, reishi, you know, all this stuff. Like I know some companies too, like Nazir Raw. Like he is he's got the Ascension Academy, and they sell some good stuff, parasite killers and stuff like that. Gold, platinum, all this stuff. Like, and then they got you know, you got like Unite the Collective. He's working on a lot of like sound machines and stuff like that to like cleanse your house with sounds, like I was talking about. So a lot of these spiritual folk are either offering a service or you know, vibrational images or something like that. They're offering something. But more so like Birch Boys Inc. Like, I don't know if you ever heard of Birch Boys Inc. Chaga Boys. But they're on Instagram and they got a website. I want to buy from there. They got really good stuff. One thing I'm gonna let y'all know though about buying stuff online is just like be really aware like what card you're spending the money with. Like, cause like I'll give you an example. Like I bought three different services. One was like a Zodiac service, and they tried to charge me 1,200 times. It pretty much feels like. So they tried to charge me like 12 times. The other one was like Netflix. They tried to charge me like 18 times, and the other one was like Nathan's and Son Gum, the one I was going to tell you about. But you can't like hate on it. Like, I don't know exactly what it is. Maybe I signed up for a subscription or something, but they automatically try to charge me out of my account. I just don't see where that fits in any business to do, because like there's no way I can buy a $45 gum and then you tell me to sign up for a subscription for like so much dollar. It's just a big story. Just don't let them be charging your account without you knowing stuff. But I'm gonna answer my call on my buddy real quick.